Zizi? On a bright morning, Zizi the Giraffe was wandering near the forest lake. Her attention was drawn to a single leaf, drifting gently on the water's surface. With a gentle bend, she plucked the leaf from its watery cradle. She lifted her head and shook off the sparkling droplets. A look of surprise appeared on her face as she examined the leaf, a hidden message unfolding. What is this? It's a map! The magical forest map! Deep in an ancient forest, a soft map is revealed, showing winding paths veiled in ethereal light. Glowing trees stand as silent guardians, their branches stretching toward the sky. Pure light waterfalls cascade over mossy slopes, filling the air with a gentle rustle of anticipation. Zizi, internal voice dreamy. I must go. As Zizi moves forward, a small monkey named Karkor swings playfully between the branches, crossing her path. I found a magical map. Will you join me? Karkor, I'm the first to jump in. Mysterious, wise tone. They arrived at a cave where Tota the turtle sits absorbed in a book. She raises her head, wisdom shining in her eyes. Tota, quiet voice. Welcome. This map looks old. This cave leads to the shining spring. But beware, the shadows there test courage. Zizi, confident. We are ready. Tense, determined tone. The three approach the cave as the light fades behind them. Strange shadows appear on the walls, moving. Karkor, nervous. Where did these shadows come from? Zizi, firmly. They're from our imagination. We are not afraid. We seek the light. Astounded, amazed tone. The magic garden appears. Waterfalls of light fall, trees sing, and flowers laugh. Zizi whispering joyfully, this is the land of magical wisdom. Karkor, and everything here talks. Deep, touching tone. In the middle of the garden, a flat stone is engraved with, whoever overcomes fear reaches the light. Zizi, the map led us to something more important than treasure, to our brave hearts. Closing, inspiring tone. As the sun sets, Zizi, Karkor, and Tota walk along the forest paths, now guardians of light and wisdom. The map remains in its place, waiting for a new adventure. Narrator, calm and final voice. Will it be you?
On a beautiful spring morning, little Dabdoob wandered among the flowers in the forest garden, smelling the sweet scents and listening to the birds singing. What a beautiful day! But, I'm feeling hungry. I wish I could find some delicious honey. Good morning, Dabdoob. I see you're looking for something. Is it food? I think I smelled honey in the other direction. As they walked, they spotted a small wooden house surrounded by a golden glow, as if the sun itself chose to shine on it. A sign on the door read, Enchanted Honey Family. Welcome, kind visitors. Enchanted honey? I wonder what it tastes like. Let's find out together. Let's knock on the door. Dab-Dab gently knocked on the door. The bee queen opened it, wearing a small golden crown, with her family fluttering their shimmering wings behind her. Welcome, Dab-Dab and Saksuk. We are the enchanted honey family. Our honey is not like any other honey. It gives anyone who tastes it a happy heart and a smile that never fades. Really? Can we taste it? You may, but first you must help us gather nectar from the golden flower that grows atop the hill. The two friends set off toward the hill, Dab-Dab hopping between rocks while Zug-Zug flew above encouragingly. Hurry, Dab-Dab, my tummy is singing from hunger. Soon they found the golden flower shimmering among the green grass. Dab-Dab reached out gently and plucked it while Zug-Zug fluttered joyfully above him. Well done, friends. You have shown your hearts are kind. The queen brought 2 small jars of enchanted honey and gave them to the friends. They tasted a single drop, and suddenly they felt warmth in their hearts and wide smiles on their faces, as if all the sadness in the world had disappeared. This is the most delicious and wonderful honey I've ever tasted. Me too. I think I'll be smiling all week. From that day on, Dab-Dab and Zug-Zug visited the enchanted honey family not only to taste honey, but also to share in adventures, learning that true happiness comes from a kind heart and sharing with others. After helping the bee queen, tasting the magical honey, and playing and laughing, they realized that helping others is the true path to joy and happiness.
On a sunny morning at the edge of the forest, little Hedgehog sat thinking. There's a mysterious maze no one dared to enter. I can't resist my curiosity. I'll discover its secrets myself. But he didn't go alone. 4 friends joined him. Butterfly, light and graceful, guiding from above. Dog, strong and grave, protecting everyone. Cat, clever and quick-witted. Young horse, energetic, always eager for adventure. At the entrance of the maze, a huge stone gate covered in moss. The wind blew from inside as if warning them not to enter. Let's run and go inside quickly! No, we must be careful. There may be many traps. Look, there's a small opening between the stones. We can pass through it. The wall of storms. Inside the maze, strong winds roared from every side, tossing leaves all around them. I can't move forward! Follow me. The path on the left is safe. Stay close together. No one should be left behind. Step by step, they followed Butterfly, holding on to each other until they passed safely through the storm wall. The Hall of Mirrors. Soon, they entered a hall filled with mirrors, each reflecting a different path. Which way is right? All the passages look the same. Look closely. In this mirror, our shadows don't appear. That must be the real door. Smart as always, Cat. The cracked bridge. Ahead was a deep valley with an old wooden bridge, some planks already falling apart. I'll run first. Stop. We must walk carefully. They walked slowly, with Dog helping each other, while Hedgehog whispered, "Sometimes true courage means being careful." The dark tunnel, they found a long tunnel, pitch black. Their footsteps echoed, making the place even bigger and scarier. I can't see anything. Should we go back? Don't worry, my wings reflect a little light. I'll guide us. And listen to your footsteps. They'll help us find the way. With you by my side, I'm not afraid. They walked slowly, helping each other, until a soft blue glow appeared at the tunneled end. The heart of the maze. At the very center of the maze, they discovered a golden tree with shimmering leaves and beneath it a glowing blue lake. This is more beautiful than any treasure. The real treasure is that we made it through the maze together. Even my small wings were helpful. Our cleverness and teamwork were the true key. I've learned that rushing can be dangerous, but with you I feel safe. And so the friends learned an important lesson. Every challenge becomes easier when faced together. The storm taught them the power of unity. The mirrors reminded them that wisdom and careful thinking can guide us when the way seemed unclear. The cracked bridge showed them that courage is not about rushing, but about moving forward with care. And the dark tunnel revealed that even the smallest light of hope can brighten the path when shared with friends. The golden tree and shining lake were beautiful, yes, but the real treasure was the bond they built, the trust they shared, and the joy of knowing they were never alone.
On the bank of a wide river surrounded by thick trees and colorful flowers lived a young hippopotamus named Hippo. He was different from the other hippos. While his friends played in the water, Hippo would look up at the sky, dreaming of flying above the clouds. My friends, I wish I could fly, to soar among the clouds and see the whole world from above. Hippo, flying, you're a hippo. Don't you know the ground is our place? Don't worry, Hippo. Maybe we can find a magical way to make your dream come true. Flying isn't easy, but with faith, patience, and key work, anything is possible. There's a legend that says the winds in Flower Valley grant the power to fly to anyone with a brave heart. Let's go now! The winds won't wait for anyone! And so the friends began their journey through the dense forest where sunlight streamed through the trees and cast golden light on the damp ground. Do you think I'll really be able to fly? I feel scared. But my heart is full of hope. Anything is possible, Hippo. Just trust yourself and your friends. Look, there's an old wooden bridge. Let's be careful and keep going. Remember, Hippo, strength comes from patience and trust. After hours of walking and adventure, they finally reached Flower Valley. The wind blew gently, and the flowers swayed as if to say, "Welcome, heroes." Here I am! Could this be the moment I finally fly? Hold on to this magic feather, Hippo. It will give you strength. Look at the sky! Hippo is going to fly now! Hippo closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and ran toward the hill as fast as he could. Suddenly, the feather began to glow, and Hippo lifted off the ground for the very first time. I'm flying! I can't believe it! I'm actually flying! Wow! He's soaring! What a dream come true! I've never seen anyone this happy before! See how dreams come true with faith, courage, and teamwork. The sky is your friend now, Hippo, and your dream has come true. Hippo flew over trees, rivers, and flowers, feeling a freedom and happiness he had never known before. From that day on, he became the symbol of courage and big dreams, and everyone learned that no dream, no matter how impossible it seems, is beyond reach with faith, friends, and teamwork.
Hippo laughed out loud, a laugh filled with wonder and joy, as if all his old dreams had come together in this very moment. His happiness wasn't only because he was flying, but because he had proven to himself that determination creates miracles. He felt strength flowing through his body. His heavy feet no longer mattered, for he had become as light as a feather, and his spirit as powerful as a sun lighting up the sky. In his eyes shone a sparkle his friends had never seen before.
Thank you, my friends. Without you, I could never have achieved this dream.
On a bright spring morning, sunlight streamed gently through the leaves, tickling the cheeks of Sammy the little squirrel. Sammy lived in the big forest, loved leaping from branch to branch and gathering acorns to store in his tiny home inside an old oak tree. That morning, while searching for food, Sammy spotted something sparkling among the tall grass. He tiptoed closer, and there it was, a golden acorn. Wow, I've never seen an acorn like this before. It must have a story, or maybe magic. But before he could pick it up, he heard a soft whisper. If you want to know my secret, you must cross the dark forest and find the moon tree. The dark forest? I never go there, but I'm so curious. Just then, his friend Leela hopped toward him. Hi, Sammy. What's that shiny thing in your paw? It's a golden acorn, and it talks. It told me to go to the dark forest. Then you're not going alone. I'm coming with you. I love adventures. Suddenly, Kamal the crow, known for his cleverness and puzzle-solving skills, swooped down beside them. I heard everything, and I know a shortcut to the moon tree. But we must be careful. The three friends set off. They crossed streams, climbed hills, and finally reached the edge of the dark forest. The trees were so tall, their branches blocked the sunlight. Strange sounds echoed between the trunks. Did you hear that noise? Just a night owl.
Come on, we're close. Deep in the forest, a silver glow appeared ahead. They crept closer and found a huge tree with shimmering leaves under the moonlight. In its trunk was a small door. Sammy knocked. The door slowly opened, and out came a wise old owl. Welcome. The golden acorn is not food, it's a key. Place it here, and you'll receive the forest's gift. Sammy placed the acorn in a hollow, and suddenly flowers burst open, filling the air with a sweet scent, and a basket appeared, full of silver acorns, enough for the whole year. You have shown courage and teamwork. This is your reward. The three friends, laughing, returned home, knowing that adventures are always better when shared with those you love.
The three friends returned home laughing, knowing that adventures are always better when shared with those you love. But the most beautiful moments he had ever known. Goodbye, dear friends of Bebo Kids. On a sunny morning by the sparkling emerald lake, there was a little duck named Lulu. Curious and bright with golden feathers. She was happily swimming and singing in a joyful, childlike voice. I'm Lulu the duck. I love to play. In the water I dance and give with joy. Suddenly, she noticed something shining under a nearby bush. Lulu slowly approached and whispered with amazement.
This is not an ordinary egg. It's a dragon's egg.
Swiftly and standing and calm, Toby the grumpy turtle arrived, wearing round glasses and holding his wooden cane. This is the blue forest dragon's egg. It shouldn't be here. It must have fallen from its nest on Flame Mountain.
We must return it before it hatches in the wrong place.
So imagine that. Lulu jumped on Toby's back, and together they started a journey through the forest. Suddenly, from between the trees, high between the branches, between the monkeys, there was Zizi, the wild monkey with a good heart.
Hello, I'm Zizi the monkey. I know a shortcut. But beware of Rumba the crow. He nests there and loves shiny things.
Indeed, halfway through the path, Rumba appeared, a shiny black bird flying fast and slyly. Ha ha ha! This egg will decorate my new nest. But he didn't get far, because Zizi jumped through the trees like lightning and shouted, "Now we'll go!" Lulu jumped from a rock, stretched her wings, and grabbed the egg from Rumble's claws with unbelievable skill.
Crazy duck!
Finally, the friends reached Flame Mountain. And there with the dragon, a huge sky-colored creature desperately searching for his egg. and Rumble got all scared.
We found it and took care of it. Thank you, Lulu. You saved my heart. Since that day, Lulu the duck became the proud guardian of the forest. And everyone learned that courage can come from the smallest huts. And from here we learned that Lulu the duck discovered something even more joyful than playing, swimming, and spending time with friends, helping strangers. There is a great happiness in it that only those who have tried it truly know.
I hope you all learn from Lulu the courage, strength, and sacrifice, my friends, because she is brave, Lulu. Goodbye, dearest friends, until we meet again.
Goodbye, friends!
On a sunny morning, Shosho the mouse woke up to a strange sound. Who is playing the drums at 7 in the morning? But it wasn't drums. It was the whistle of a magical train passing in front of his house for the first time. Toot toot! See, all passengers aboard the magical train. I'm on, even if I don't know where we're going. Shosho jumped onto the train, and to his surprise, the seats were made of yellow cheese. Oh, this is the best trip! I can sit and I can eat! Next to him sat a little penguin wearing sunglasses. Hello, I'm going to Snow City to buy ice cream in the winter. And I'm going to, honestly, I don't know, but I'm eating cheese now. Then a wise lady owl climbed aboard, carrying a huge bag full of books. Please, no one disturb me. I'm trying to read a book titled How to Sleep on a Train While Standing. I think this book is way too long, like her beak. Before the train started moving, energetic Fur the rabbit jumped beside it, holding a pogo stick. Hello, Freddies. I'm not riding the train. I'll jump alongside it all the way. But the train is fast. That's why I brought my pogo stick. I'll jump over every station. The train moved through amazing places. A chocolate tunnel, a biscuit bridge, a station full of soap bubbles, and even a marshmallow farm. I can't read with all these sweet smells. The pages are getting sticky. Ah, if all trains were like this, I'd ride them even to the kitchen. At the end of the trip, they arrived at the giant candy amusement city, where everything was edible, but Shosho was full. The penguin's ice cream melted before he could eat it. The owl fell asleep standing. And the rabbit was still jumping and hadn't arrived yet. The next trip will be on the crunchy train.
and so ended their first adventure, but certainly not the last. And so, my friends, Shosho and his friends learned that adventures become even more wonderful when shared with others, and that true happiness doesn't come just from playing and eating, but from friendship, helping others, and laughing with those we love.
In the depths of the calm sea, the coral reef residents gathered around a long tunnel of dense seaweed. Today was special. It was the day of the big race, a race that only those who navigate the tunnel, full of surprises and obstacles, could win. Selma said in her high voice, "Finally, the day has come. I'll show everyone that turtles aren't slow as they think." Daniel the dolphin chuckled. "Selma, you're sweet, but speed, that's not your trait. This race is mine alone." "And who said speed is everything? My long arms and cleverness will help me overcome every obstacle easily. Let the victory go to those with courage and patience. Get ready. 1, 2, 3, go!" Daniel shot forward like an arrow, weaving lightly between the seaweed. Cammy dove quickly through the small tunnels between the rocks. Selma moved slowly, but she looked left and right, carefully choosing her path. "Goodbye, Slowpoke. I'll see you at the finish line." Selma smiled and said in her cheerful voice, "The race isn't over until it's over, Daniel. Remember that." Suddenly, while Daniel had moved ahead, a strong wave pushed him into a crack between rocks. He tried to get out, but got stuck. Daniel cried after feeling frightened. "Help! I'm trapped!" Cammy continued quickly down the path, but when he entered a dark passage, he released a bout of ink to protect himself from a large shadow that he thought was a predator. But there was no one. Now the tunnel was full of black ink. Tammy said, feeling confused and scared, "I can't see anything. Where's the path? What did I do?" Selma arrived just then. She heard Daniel's voice first. She stopped, then began to push the seaweed with her strong flippers. Piece by piece, she opened a path and freed the dolphin from his predicament. Selma said in her calm voice, "Calm down, Daniel. Take a deep breath and push with me." Daniel said in his grateful voice, "Thank you, Selma. I didn't expect you to save me while I was teasing you." Selma continued until she reached Cammy. Visibility was nearly zero because of the ink. She gently waved her flippers, dispersing the black cloud bit by bit, revealing the path again. Cammy said with a surprised and enthralled voice, "Wow, Selma, you didn't leave anyone behind. You saved me even though I wanted to beat you." In the end, no one crossed the finish line first. Instead, Selma, Daniel, and Cammy reached it side by side. Everyone cheered, and the wise whale smiled proudly. Victory isn't measured by speed, but by courage and loyalty. Yes, she's the true winner. She taught us that speed without wisdom is meaningless. Cammy said in his admiring voice, "And I learned that intelligence is not enough. It needs a sincere heart like Selma's." The narrator said in her warm voice, "From that day on, the seaweed race became a festival of fun and cooperation, not just a competition to win. Selma became a hero of hearts. On a warm summer morning, Mimo the curious monkey was swinging between the tall tree branches, singing and playing all by himself, just as he did every day. I'm Mimo, the kind little monkey. I love to jump and swing so flunky, always searching for adventure bright, with laughter and a touch of fright. While swinging, he spotted something shiny glimmering between the grass under a big tree. Mimo jumped down to see what it was. It was an old map tied with a red ribbon. Mimo down, let's see what it was. It was an old map tied with a red ribbon. Mimo down, tied with a line. Mimo down, inside something excited to see what it was. Zuzu, his friend, the little owl, who wasn't too fond of taking risks, flew down to him. Mimo, this map is very old, and Lead Island is no ordinary place. I heard about it from my grandfather. They say whoever enters faces strange trials, Mimo happily said. That's exactly what I'm looking for. A real adventure. Will you go with me, Zuzu? Zuzu hesitantly said. Me? I'd rather watch from the sky. But be careful of the cave of winds and the whispering trees. Mimo grabbed the map and made his way through the forest, crossing a bridge made of intertwined logs. In the middle of the path, he met Lolita, the bee who was searching for rare nectar. Lolita said, "Where are you headed, Mimo? Don't you know this path leads to the magical passages?" Mimo said, "To the Island of Wonders. I'm looking for hidden secrets. See this symbol? I think it leads to a magical gate." Lolita giggled and handed him a shimmering leaf, saying, "You will need this leaf to pass through the gate of wind. Good luck, Mimo." Mimo continued until he reached the shore. There, Tita, the old turtle, appeared, wearing a big hat and holding an hourglass. Tita held him up nice in hand. "My child, the Island of Wonders only welcome pure hearts and sharp minds. Answer these riddles, and if you succeed, I'll open the gate for you." She gave him 3 riddles. The last one was very difficult. Mimo paused to think, then heard a voice from underwater. Booba, the kind giant hippo, emerged and said, "Mimo, remember what I once told you. The shadow always follows me, can't be touched, and disappears in the dark." "I think that's your answer," Mimo happily said. "Yes, the answer is the shadow." Tita smiled, tapped her stick on the ground, and a gate of wind and light appeared. Mimo stepped through it and found himself in a marvelous land. Flying waterfalls, talking fruits, and glowing ground beneath his feet. There, he met Roro, the little lion wearing a yellow vest and a magical book. Roro said, "Well done, Mimo. You passed the hardest riddles. Now you can choose. Either return to the forest as you were, or stay here and become the guardian of the island's secrets." Mimo, awestruck, said, "Can I stay, learn from you, explore everything?" Roro replied, "On one condition. Stay curious, but keep your heart pure, never harming anyone." Mimo agreed and jumped with joy. Then he turned and saw Cora, the parrot, Zuzu, Lolita, Booba, and Tita. All of them had come to celebrate with him.
And here we come to the end of Mimo the monkey's story. Goodbye, my friends.
In the depths of the forest, where the night dwells and the ancient trees whisper old secrets, there a world of shadows and silence. The trees stand as vigilant guards, never sleeping. Inside a hollow tree trunk, Foo-Foo, the little fox, hides. He trembles slightly. He is afraid of the dark. But suddenly, a huge gate shines before him, glowing, beautiful, like a dream. It is the Nighttime Tales Festival. Hello, Foo-Foo. Come, don't be afraid. Come in with us. Foo-Foo enters the festival. The place bursts with life. Colorful lanterns hang above. Animals gather around a blazing fire, laughing, talking, waiting for the stories. Every heart hides a story, and the night is the time to listen. Foo-Foo sips silently, listening. The stories slip into his heart. Then a small hedgehog appears. Come on, try tossing the rings. Don't be afraid. Foo-Foo throws. The ring hits the target. He laughs, rejoices, feels confident. He heads toward a small tent where a wise owl tells a story about the courage of a little bird. There was a little bird who faced the storm and flew despite the fear. Foo-Foo looks down and smiles, a new feeling in his heart, not fear, but courage. Foo-Foo carries a small lantern and returns through the dark forest, but it no longer frightens him. Suddenly, help! I'm caught in a net! Foo-Foo runs, reaches out, and frees the bird. Thank you, Foo-Foo! You saved me! And at that moment, Foo-Foo felt a true power. A power that came from his heart. He returns to the festival grounds. Lights twinkle, and the animals greet him with great joy. They sit around the fire, sharing stories and laughter. Foo-Foo raises his eyes to the sky, and the stars smile at him. What a night! One win as dawn breaks and sunlight touches the edges of the forest. Foo-Foo stands at the festival gate, looks back, then says in his heart, I will return soon. And sets us back home through the forest that is no longer dark, but has become a companion on his path.
In a heart of a wide field filled with colorful flowers, there was a bustling beehive full of life. Every bee knew its role and worked hard. But in the midst of this busy world lived No-No, the little bee with a tiny wing. No-No was a little different from the others, but he had a big heart and an even bigger dream: to go on a great adventure. One morning, as No-No passed by the Queen's hall, he heard her speaking anxiously to the guards. The moonflower, the rare flower that gives life to all the well, is blossoms. Its petals are starting to wilt. If it dies, the beauty of the entire valley will die with it. No-No's heart raced. He said to himself, I will save the moonflower, even if my wing is small. No-No set off on his journey through the forest. The path was long and full of surprises until he met the wise turtle near a small stream. The turtle said, If you want to save the moonflower, you must look for the magical dewdrops. You will find them at the top of the misty mountain. No-No thanked her and continued on his way, knowing that reaching the mountain would take a long time. Suddenly, the strong beetle appeared with her shiny back and sturdy wings. Right on my back! I'll carry you a long distance so you can arrive faster. No-No climbed onto her back, and she quickly carried him to the foot of Misty Mountain. There, No-No spotted the shining dragonfly, lightly flying around a small pond. Be careful, No-No. The magical dewdrops are guarded by a wicked spider, and it won't let you take them easily. At the top, amid the thick mist, the giant spider appeared with his wide web. It tried to catch him, but No-No was quick and smart. He flew left and right to distract it, then swerved down and got the web thread, carefully grabbing the magical dewdrops. No-No raced back through the forest until he reached the moonflower. Its petals were almost wilted. He watered it with the magical dewdrops, and in a moment the green returned. Its glowing white petals opened again, spreading a beautiful fragrance through the air. Life returned to the valley after days of drought and winds that swept everything away. The fields bloomed again. Colorful flowers swayed gently in the breeze, and the green grass sparkled under the golden sunlight. The air was filled with the scent of earth and blossoms, as if nature itself was smiling at life. And the queen and all the bees came out to celebrate. The queen approached No-No and said proudly, "You saved the valley, little one. You are our true hero." From that day on, no one looked at Nona's tiny wing as a weakness. Instead, it became a symbol of courage, proving that a big heart can achieve the greatest accomplishments.
In the heart of an emerald forest, where the trees intertwined to form a green canopy that hid the sun's rays, lived a little parrot named Coco. Coco was unlike any other bird. He wasn't the fastest, nor the largest, but he possessed something no one else had, a golden voice capable of playing melodies that brought joy to everyone who heard them. My song to make flowers bloom and even squirrels dance. The forest loved Coco. When he sang, the leaves swayed to the tune and the flowers danced as if alive. But one day, everything changed. On a cloudy morning with a cold wind blowing, strange and sharp sounds pierced the forest. Tock, tock, tock. What What is that sound? I've never heard anything like it before. It's coming from the rear side. We have to go and see. Coco and his friends approached, and there they saw the evil loggers cutting down giant trees, one after another, threatening to turn the forest into empty land. Coco sat on a high branch, his heart heavy with sadness. If they continue, there will be no home left for us. What can I do? I'm just a parrot. At that moment, he remembered the words of his wise grandmother, who used to tell him stories when he was little. My little one, your voice is a gift. Don't waste it. Sometimes a song from the heart is stronger than 1,000 swords. Coco realized that this was his true test. Coco leapt into the air, flying between the trees until he reached the highest peak in the forest. The wind howled, the axes still struck, but he planted his feet on the branch, lifted his head, took a deep breath, and began to sing. Oh, my green forest, my home and my soul, the home of the birds and the dreams of childhood. The melody spread everywhere, through the leaves, across the rivers, slipping into rabbit holes, reaching the hearts of every creature in the forest. The fox was touched by it. It's the most beautiful song I've ever heard. It feels like the forest is alive. The trees began to sway gently, their leaves shimmering in the light, flowers blooming though it wasn't their season. And as for the loggers, they stopped working, their tools frozen in their hands. That sound reminds me of the day I sat under this tree with my father. We were laughing. What are we doing? We're killing her own memories. Slowly, they dropped their axes down to the ground, turned their backs, and left without a word. Sunlight returned to stream between the branches, the birds sang again, and the animals leapt with joy. We did it! Our forest will remain safe. Thank you, Coco. You saved us all. From that day on, Coco became the forest's hero. His sweet voice heard every morning, a reminder that love and beauty can change hearts. Even hearts that had once hardened. Oh, my forest, you will always remain in my heart.
Bye-bye, friends.